Aww.
The hot and cold tension of teenage romance.
Aurora Borealis.
You know what? I'll leave it for people in the comments to complete that joke. Sometimes we rely a bit too much on pop culture references occasionally. We're going to outsource all that work over to the fine folks watching this video.
Yeah, get on it, guys.
Man, don't you wish a girl would just invite you over to her gamer pad?
Oh no, she's a basement dweller.
Well, I mean, it looks like her house is entirely a basement, so does it really count?
Oh no, she's a doomsday prepper.
She's still eating all that rice she stored for Y2K.
I hate to point this out, but there are still frozen things in this cave. And it's...
Is that what they are? That's strange.
Okay.
See, this is what happens. This is what happens when you have cooties. It turns you into a giant spider woman.
What the hell?
This is all a big misunderstanding. She just needed a disco ball in her gamer pad for some reason. This came out the same year as the Tomb Raider reboot in 2013. And pretty much the exact same set piece in here. So, welcome to the final boss. You, as the younger brother, you have to rescue the older brother from the grip of the spider by essentially running over her with this hamster wheel. And then once the older brother is free, he could pull off one of her legs, as you do.
As kids do with spiders.
Now, this does remind me of a particular set piece, or I should say a mechanic, from Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. It was called the Atmosphere, basically just a giant hamster wheel. There were specific levels designed around the Atmosphere and at least one boss fight.
This is genuinely terrifying.
Yeah, although once you get the hang of just how much momentum you actually need to build up in the hamster wheel to knock her over. In fact, as you can see there, you don't even need to put the older brother in danger at all. But it's just easier to hit her that way.
Oh boy, she is hurting a bit.
Well, I mean, that's what you get for preying on the soul of a young teenager like that. Now, this scene is meant to be more symbolic than anything in terms of like having a parent's instinct, realizing when one of their kids is in danger. But it does, the way this scene is framed does give the accidental implication that the spider is somehow linked to whatever disease the father is suffering from.
Wow.
The older brother during this section is, I mean, he's still conscious, but you can't actually control him. In order to get through this section, we are controlling only the younger brother with the right stick.
That can't be good for a stomach wound.
Nope. Well, there is some good news. We're right at the tree we've been looking for this whole time.
나야.
Oh, that's pretty. That's very well done.
나이, 마피, 레이타,
말리.
라와, 말리라, 에티야, 라와디, 라와, 라와 나이.
자야. 일라이.
라와야.
Well, we're at the tree, and it looks like we're going to have to use the water of life on our older brother instead. And again, since we're only controlling the younger brother, there is no movement on the left stick. It is only on the right, which helps to make this sequence feel even more disorienting.
Just because you've been doing both sticks for the whole game and now it's...
Yeah, and also in general, like only moving a character with the right stick when, as gamers, we've been told entirely that the right stick is for the camera. You know, it's playing with the existing language of game design in a very clever way.
Man, they really make this inconvenient. Couldn't they have just put a tap on the bottom of the tree?
I mean, they could have, but unfortunately, this has been declared a national park, so they can't actually make any modifications.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
I mean, it also means they can't allow anyone with handicaps or other accessibility issues. Like, there's no elevator going up to the tree.
I got a problem with handrails here, buddy. There's no handrails here.
Shame on you, trees, for not naturally growing handrails. Okay, well, sorry, Dad. The younger people get saved first. You know, women and children are first off a sinking ship. I guess the same principle applies.
But you get to go down the splinter slide one more time.
나야. 해너. 나야. 잘리아봐. 나야. 나야.
I mean, don't use it all. You're just gonna have to go back up.
Well, I think we could safely assume that there were two portions there.
나야. 나야.
Son of a bitch. They really embellish that too, like his skin gets all pale and everything.
Yeah, I mean, not even many M-rated games do that. Now, I believe it was Tim Rogers. I think it was Tim Rogers or Noah Gervais who once said that video games revel in the mundane actions, the waiting behind cover for a headshot, and this principle, I think, applies to this next section quite well.
Oh my god, press F to pay respects.
Oh, I wish it was just press F to pay respects.
Oh,
We have to go through every single action to bury the older brother.
Oh, come on!
I have been waiting for this moment for the entire LP.
Oh my god.
Because it is just so unbearably tragic every single time I play through this. David Cage, take notes. This is how you stretch things out take mundane actions and make them into a set piece.
Ironic because we're burying him after a heavy rain.
Oh!
Wow.
So for anyone wondering why I put so many content warnings in the descriptions of each of these videos, this is why! Well, I guess there is some good news in all this.
Owldogbird!
Yep.
You've returned!
The Owldogbird is alive. Hi, Dad. I'm returning back home. I have some good news and some bad news. Which do you want first? Oh, and also another bit of good news. We now have a very large and expensive to maintain pet bird owl dog.
Can you imagine the size of the litter box for that thing?
Ugh. I'm sure there's been at least one, angry forum post asking why they couldn't just fly the Owldogbird all the way to the tree. To which we already got our answer, because the dog bird owl, or whatever the combination was from before, was almost died trying to do just that.
Welcome to the Panzer Dragoon section.
Oh, that would have been so tasteless if they'd done that. It's like, at the very end of all of this heartbreaking trauma, hey, here's a random shmup. Yeah. Though I do have some bad news for you. The heartbreaking emotional trauma isn't over yet. We have a playable epilogue.
Oh, no.
Because we got to walk home.
Stepping on the beach, stepping on the beach.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing that that particular ledge was placed where it was. Unfortunately, we have something of an obstacle ahead of us. Now, this is actually one of the more emotionally meaningful moments in the game, and unfortunately, it's kind of hard to convey that in a Let's Play format. I'm gonna do my best, though. Now, remember, the younger brother has trouble swimming. How are we gonna get across here? Again, it's hard to convey just by seeing the video, but the younger brother is able to swim by pressing both of the action buttons, the older and the younger brother. So the spirit of the older brother is motivating him to do things he couldn't before, and to solve the two-person puzzles by himself.
Oh.
For example, you remember back in the tutorial, that lever was something that only the older brother could pull before.
Right.
All right, I think we've made it. How are we going to break this news to Dad?
Well, if this game isn't done with the gut punches yet, you won't have to.
Ati, Daba.
Abi. Heno.
Son of a bitch, this is just Sprite.
I told you to get Sprite 0. That would have cured him, but you got regular Sprite. Now you've lost both your older brother and your father. Congrats, kid.
We're sorry, kid. Your father didn't make it. Here's the mortgage.
Spend the next 50 years trying to pay it off. Thankfully, though, Dad seems to have made it after all.
Owldogbird!
Yay! Owldogbird. Go live your...
Owldogbird is the only one that makes it out of this happy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow! Yosef, holy shit, bud! Oh ho!
Hey, don't forget about Carl. Everyone forgets about Carl. It's sad. Anyway, that was Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, out on pretty much every single gaming device, even a Mac. If you have a Mac, you can play this game.
That's impressive, actually. That's, oh my god.
And now with the full context, you can also see why I had some reservations about the Switch version having proper co-op.
Yeah. Yeah, that...
I mean, as much as, you know, you're controlling multiple characters, I think this is still very much meant to be a single-player game, in the same way that A Way Out and It Takes Two were designed for co-op only. Carl Magnus Lidehall playing Old Bro. I don't know why that subtitle was, or that credit was cut off so strangely. This game was published by 505 Games. They've done a number of really good PC, or they've published a number of pretty good PC ports recently. Like I think Control was them, PC version of Death Stranding, a couple others I can't remember at the moment.
They generally do very well with PC games and PC ports. I wanted to mention a cursory glance. Apparently, this game runs very well on the Steam Deck. I would expect that on Unreal Engine. If you want to take your Inui with you and you don't agree with co-op, that's probably the platform to do it on.
Yeah. And of course, the aforementioned iOS and Android versions, which I'm assuming they must have controller support. I mean, a lot of phone games do these days.
I can see doing the on-screen sticks for it, but I just don't know where you would get the action buttons without,
Yeah, again, you could just take your
Right.
Xbox One Elite controller and pair it through Bluetooth
pair it to your
with the phone.
Yeah, exactly.
The point is, you should play this game, and there are
Yes.
It's on everything. It probably runs on toasters, but yeah, get this game. It's it is on the cheap side, even at full price. I think it's about $15-$20, something like that.
Yeah, that is probably the most emotional experience that we have had aside from Dangerous Creatures, and it's ironic because it comes back to the damn spider.
I don't know. I think this is this game in terms of emotional endings is second only to seeing the rabbits actually get to the moon. I think that was the emotional peak for our channel. Nothing's going to top that, but this is a pretty close second.
Yeah.
I've also double checked the
excellent
Steam.
choice.
I've double checked the Steam version of this game. It is $16.99 Canadian, so I'm guessing it's around $15 US. Very reasonable.
Thereabouts, yeah.
It's about 2 or 3 hours. Oh, I just checked. There is no Steam Deck compatibility. This is a problem.
Uh-oh.
How dare you, Starbreeze Studios? Despite having spent the last several hours gushing over your game, I'm afraid I'm going to have to give it a negative review on Steam.
Well, hang on a sec. Search games. Brothers. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. Says gold on Steam Deck.
Because the
yeah. So the Steam results are based on games that they have gone back and tested, and I'm betting they haven't gotten to testing this one yet. So
yeah.
I
was while you were saying that, I was checking Two Brothers, which I owned for some reason, and I was really hoping that game would somehow have Steam Deck support, even though it's no longer it is no longer possible to buy that game.
To buy it or do any. Yeah.
Well, no, you can still play it if
it.
for some reason I have it. I don't know why. I bought it in 2014. Apparently, it must have been through like a Humble Bundle or something, because I have no memory of owning this game. And anyway, yeah, that's Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, an excellent game. Despite the fact that we've just spoiled everything about it, including all the achievements, I still think that you should go and play it at least once.
Yes.
And I also realized I have yet to play It Takes Two or A Way Out. I've seen several Let's Plays of both, including there was a Let's Play of It Takes Two by Natural 20, and I'm sorry, Natural 20's co-op partner on everything he does. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out on your name. We recorded 3 episodes today. I'm tired. So, but yeah, there's that. That's on Something Awful, and of course there are plenty of great Let's Plays of A Way Out. Probably either the one by the Game Grumps or by Super Best Friends. That was Pat and Wooly who did that one. That was a great time. And I was gonna recommend Skippy Granola, but unfortunately his channel was privated, so you'll have to settle for us instead.
We're the only game in town.
Except for Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, available now on Steam.
Hashtag not sponsored.
And next up after this, I am going to say this now because it will serve as a motivation to actually record more footage of it, which I'm in the middle of. I haven't done much with it yet. Next up is Epic Mickey for the Nintendo Wii. It is a Wii exclusive, and I am very much looking forward to that. It is a game that I got a lot out of in my early 20s. Well, if you know about it, you already know. And if you don't, I'm going to leave it for that thread. And let's just say there are going to be some very interesting twists and turns in that game as well.
I'm looking forward to that because I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never seen it all the way through.